Hello everybody, welcome to the Divisional Round of the 2016 NFL Playoffs. I am your host, the one and only team after 112. You can call me Cody or whatever. Let's get into the game, shall we? Going a 3-1 last week. Okay. I underestimated, overestimated, I'm not good with English. The Texans and the Raiders. You know, I didn't trust Houston, but I guess their defense stepped up. Props to Clowney on a good play. Really good play by Jadeveon Clowney. So, yeah, just because you're a rookie doesn't mean you can go all the way, or can do anything for that matter. But with that being said, he did all he could, and you can't blame him for the loss. And it's sad to see Oakland season go skyrocketing and then crash due to a Derek Carr injury. May we see the Raiders in the AFC Championship next year. Alright, and other games, no surprise there really, mostly blowouts. The Giants, the receivers weren't there. Eli Manning played pretty good for the most part. You gotta give props to Eli Manning there, but some of those drops, bad. And the two receiving leaders, people who didn't go on the trip, that boat trip, raises a lot of suspicion amongst the players, and yeah, it's of course going to cause arguments and controversy and whatnot, but people always want to blame something. Oh, they want a boat trip. It doesn't really matter that much to me. When you make as much money as they do, why not? Why not, honestly? Here we go. Most interesting game. There's three, I guess. 3 of the 4 games are really interesting, and could mean a lot. Including to some of the NFL polls for both NFC games. They were doing a thing that said, predict the NFC Championship game. And for the most part, it was down to the wire. It was all 25% at one point, but then it split out to 24-24, 25-27, favoring Green Bay and Atlanta. Speaking of Atlanta, most interesting game, Seattle-Atlanta. Matt Ryan is 1-4 in the playoffs. So, I mean, he's had some good regular season years, but just doesn't show up in the postseason sometimes. His one win was against Russell Wilson in Seattle when he was a rookie. Again, I wasn't much into football at the time, so I didn't know much. I don't know much about what happened in the game. All I do know is that was quite a game between the two. I think it was probably voted the best game of that season. You know, that or the Ravens-Broncos game. Out of the way. Good game, and now we have a rematch in the Divisional Round again, 4 years later. So can Matt Ryan get another win, or will Seattle's defense prevail? High-flying offense versus high-powered defense. 9 out of 10 times the defense usually wins, but we'll see. Next game, most close-scoring game. The last time these two teams played, it was a blowout. I also found out that all 4 of these games are rematches of games that happened this year, which is really cool, I guess. Not a surprise to some, considering half of these guys finished first place in their division last year. A lot of them didn't. With Seattle and Atlanta, they both finished second. Dallas finished last. And Green Bay also finished second. Pittsburgh finished second. KC finished second. Houston was first, and New England was first. Yeah, so yeah. All about placement, but yeah. Most close scoring, Pittsburgh and KC. Now, the reason I didn't pick the the Packers and the Cowboys, mainly because that game is very unpredictable. Because you want to think the Cowboys are doing so well that they're going to beat the Packers, no problemo. And Green Bay's had his own injury problems and whatnot. After what Aaron Rodgers and crew did to the Giants team, who was supposed to keep this game a pretty close one, it makes you wonder how good Aaron Rodgers really is. It also makes you wonder how come this man has not been to more Super Bowls. It makes you wonder. So, I don't know. Can the rookies do it? I'll be rooting for them. That's for sure. It's a good storyline. But here, Pittsburgh at KC. Pittsburgh beat these guys earlier in the season, like 43-14 or something like that. I don't remember. That was also at Heinz Field. This one's now at Arrowhead. So it's a twist top on who can win this game. A lot of the people where I live, are rooting for KC. I'm one of the few who's rooting for Pittsburgh, or I'm not rooting for them, but I'm predicting them to win. Spoiler alert for my prediction, but whatever. I predict Pittsburgh to win. But it's going to be a close game. And I'm going to predict also with this game, KC will be trying to march down the field for a game-tying score, but will come up just short. Time runs out or something, I don't know. Going to be a good game, though. And finally, the biggest blowout, the only game that really, even Vegas is against them. Houston and New England. Now, can Houston pull it off? The odds are against them, but anything's possible. Brady, he may be the best quarterback in a long time, but he ain't no god. He ain't no untouchable, undeniable. He can be denied. He lost to the Jets a couple years ago with Mark Sanchez at QB. I don't know how good their defense was, but I would assume it's somewhere to where Houston's is. Or Houston may be better. I don't know. Nonetheless, I don't see it. I'm sorry, Brock Osweiler. You no good. You bad. You very bad. Like, you're like along Ryan Fitzpatrick, RG3, and a couple other guys. Bad. Bad. Not worth a $72 million contract. That, here are my predictions. Falcons over Seattle. I got a lot of Seahawks friends here where I live, so they are gonna bash on me for that. I've been telling them. Pats over Texans. Texans, can they pull an upset? Hard to say. Pittsburgh over KC. Can KC win this game? Yes, they could. All more likely. Pittsburgh, just be smart and, perform. You got your trio, which is rarely together during even the regular season even. So now you got them in the postseason. Keep them healthy. Let's use them in whatever. Should be a good game. And Cowboys over Packers, yeah. Green Bay could win this game. This is probably one of the more difficult games to pick because it really is a toss-up. And it makes you wonder, can Dak and Zeke do Dak and Zeke things like they've shown us all regular season? I mean, very few rookies have had success in the postseason, but they've also had good defenses. A la 2004 Steelers, 2008 Ravens, rookie QBs. So you never know. And Super Bowl prediction, I forgot to change that. Oh well, whatever. Again, it's New England, Dallas, and I have the other teams up here, and I'll show you why. They are my ranking if, say, Patriots v. Cowboys don't make it. These are my next in lines. Pittsburgh is, in my opinion, the second best team in the AFC, and Atlanta's the second best team in the NFC. KC, Green Bay, Houston, Seattle. Yes, Seattle's really good, but I don't see them. I mean, if I had to eliminate one of these four in the NFC, I would eliminate Seattle. Not because of hatred, not because I don't like them, because I really don't like them, but not because I don't like them, because I think they're the least best team in that division who is still left in the playoffs. Now, whether or not Matt Ryan actually shows up, that's another story. But until then, this is what I got for y'all. Thank you all for watching. I will see you all in the conference championship predictions.